Giants Week 8 film review video. So we start with the Janoris Jenkins interception in the first drive, I believe it was. And this was a play that made no sense from the standpoint of Matt Stafford. I don't know what he saw on this play. You could see everything from this angle. I think the Giants are in a cover 3 here, it looks like, yes. And two guys are with Marvin Jones the entire time, and he just makes a very risky throw. It wasn't even a good throw either. I mean, he did not put any air into this ball, threw like a line drive towards him. Hey, you know Matt Stafford was teammates with Clayton Kershaw, guys? I'm sure you've never heard that one before. But yeah, kind of like a baseball throw it was, and it's weird. You need to get some air into this ball, maybe throw it to the corner of the end zone. Maybe he had a shot there, but just underthrows it, and Janoris Jenkins just has a gimme right here. That's an easy interception. Luckily, he did not drop that ball, and a great play there by the Giants to start off on defense. So this was the play where the Giants had the fumble and a return for the Lions defense. A big turning point in this game. They went down 14-0 right away. They give a lot of crap, honestly, to Saquon Barkley for the lack of understanding what was going on during this play. It was a backwards pass and just had a nonchalant effort, and then Devon Kennard, the former Giant, picked it up and just does a somersault into the end zone for a touchdown. So we'll see if this angle shows exactly what's going on here. I believe this inside linebacker for the Lions has a delayed blitz, and he goes uncovered, and it makes sense. I mean, Solder's guy drops back in the coverage. You really can't get over there in time, so Daniel Jones has to make a decision quickly, and yeah, I mean, this should have been prevented, though. I mean, him getting sacked on this play, I understand it. It happens. But, Saquon Barkley and the lack of understanding, I mean, right about here, right? Saquon is just standing like, the play's over. The ball's somewhere behind him over here, and then Devon Kennard never gives up on this play. Saquon realizes last minute, I got to get this ball, and by the time he gets there, it's too late, and the Giants were down at a 14-0 hole very quickly in this game. So here's another play early on where the Giants almost had another bad play on offense in their own territory. So Daniel Jones threw a ball that I think he let go a little bit too late. So of course this is the play where the safety made the interception, but luckily only 1 foot came down in bounds, so it did not stand. But I think he should have let go of this ball a bit sooner here. So right here when Cody Latimer is running the wheel route up here, Daniel Jones has to let go of this ball right about here. I mean, this ball should be out of his hands right now because the safety's not going to be over here in time to make a play. There was a window to make a throw here, so I don't blame Daniel Jones for going there. It just happened a split second too late. So he waits a little bit, gives the safety enough time, and Daniel Jones was staring down Latimer the entire time, basically. We'll look at where Daniel Jones' head was exactly at this play. So he starts out looking towards the middle of the field, it looks like, from this angle. It looks like the middle of the field. I'll try to show you guys from the other angle. So he's looking to the left there, tried to look off the other safety as much as he can, but it was too late. So he should have thrown that ball a bit sooner. We'll see where he's looking the entire time. So right here, he's staring straight. Doesn't exactly look left to right about here. All right, so then the safety has enough time to get over there and make a play. Makes a very nice play, but luckily 1 foot was out of bounds. So I think Daniel Jones, as I said, if he threw this ball right about here, if the ball is leaving his hands right here, I think there's room to make this play here and probably have a completion, but just a split second too late in my mind. So it is what it is. I like the idea. I like where he went with that ball. I like how he looked off, one of the safeties in the beginning of the play. So there's a lot to like about this play. Just was a very risky throw, and luckily the guy did land out of bounds on this play, so it really did not hurt us too much. So a 3rd down and 8 here, and we're going to focus on Danny Amendola, who killed us in this game against Grant Haley, who gets turned around once again. So this has happened way too many times this year where he gets turned around. Amendola fakes like he's going out, comes back in towards the middle of the field, and Stafford puts that ball right on him. So a great throw by Stafford, a great route by Amendola, but you wish that Grant Haley was a little better in coverage this year. I said this last video when I talked about the Giants. I have such a hard time with him because Grant Haley is such a great tackler. He plays the run very well, but just the coverage... The coverage has been a big issue this year, unfortunately, and it continues right here. So, one more time, right here against right here. So, he's going to act like he's going out around the 40, comes back in, and then Matt Stafford hits him with a nice ball, and the Lions pick up a 1st down on this play. So this was the Marvin Hall 49-yard touchdown, and the big thing here, this was a 3rd and 15 play. I did not write it up here, but it's a 3rd and 15. Keep that in mind. Of course, that's very important here. So, at worst, you want to give up a field goal here. Matt Prater can probably make a field goal from the 40-ish. He's a very good kicker, obviously. So there's some miscommunication, I believe, here with DeAndre Baker and Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas got over a bit too late, and DeAndre Baker probably should have stuck with his guy a bit longer. It's not really his guy. It is zone defense, of course. But at this point, I think he should have probably tried to run with Marvin Hall, because even in the event that they went up here with, I guess this might be Marvin Jones up here. I'm not even sure, honestly. But Grant Haley's got the coverage down here, so DeAndre Baker probably should have stayed with Marvin Hall here and prevent the big play. And Michael Thomas up here is a bit too late getting over there. And I don't think Matt Stafford's even released the ball yet. He has now released the ball, and of course he has a great arm. Hits him pretty much in stride, and they get a touchdown off of that. So it's just inexcusable stuff, and just one rookie and then one backup safety just not making the right play there. I don't know what DeAndre Baker was doing exactly. I think he has to stick with Marvin Hall on that play. It is a 3rd and 15. I mean, then that will kill you. I mean, on the 3rd and 15, you have to prevent the big play from happening. Marvin Hall, the only time I've seen this guy catch a ball is on plays like this, and it's just very frustrating when it happens against your team. So you hate to see it, and I think we're at the point in the season now where I can't keep saying it's a rookie mistake, because DeAndre Baker's been playing enough at this point where he should know what's going on. But same thing with Michael Thomas. I wish he got over there faster, but the Giants defense has been very, very susceptible to giving up big plays this year. So it's just another ongoing concern, and a nice job of the Lions to take advantage of the defense. So the Giants were good on 3rd down in this game. I think they were 7 for 12 if I remember correctly, and here's an example of why. So Daniel Jones, 3rd and 4 here, puts the ball in a perfect spot for Golden Tate, breaks towards the middle of the field, and the ball is placed so perfectly it creates like an extra 10 to 15 yards because the corner was basically diving at the ball, it seemed like. We'll see from this angle exactly. I'll try to play it in slow motion here. So Daniel Jones is eyeing him down the whole time. That's okay. And then look at this throw. I mean, it is perfect. See, he dives, tries to make a play on the ball. It is placed too perfectly, and Golden Tate hangs on to it, and he's able to pick up an extra 10 to 15 yards. That's a great throw by Daniel Jones, honestly. I know it's a very simple 5-yard little in-cut throw, but at the same time, that ball has to be placed perfectly in order to get some extra yardage on that ball. I mean, for a lot of quarterbacks, they might even throw this ball a little inaccurately, and it might get tipped away, or it might even be a bit too far outside. Like, we might see some quarterbacks throw it too far out here, or maybe even too far inside. Some terrible quarterbacks might throw an interception here, but our quarterback throws a great ball, hits him right in stride, right in the hands, and still gets away from the cornerback and picks up an extra 10 to 15 yards. A great play by Daniel Jones right there. So here we have the first Darius Slayton touchdown. It's a pretty simple concept for what they have going here. So basically, the two outside receivers basically just stand in the same spot, and you have the wheel routes on the inside slot receivers. So basically, Slayton's going to run down here and then run towards the corner of the end zone. And same thing with, I think this is Evan Engram right here. Same thing, just run a wheel route and then go to the pylon area. So Golden Tate runs a little route in the middle of the field here, and basically the top of the screen, it's played perfectly. They're covering the deep route. Just watch the top of the screen real quick. So I believe the cornerback here, who is supposed to have this man right here, he gets off his man and it's basically double coverage deep. So Daniel Jones makes the right decision here. So he's double covered down here. This might be Ellison. It looks like an 8 and a 5. I'm not really sure, honestly. So double covered down here. So obviously you can't go here with the ball, especially with Red Ellison. But see over here, this looks like a linebacker right here. He stays with Elijah Penny. So it's a one-on-one right here with Darius Slayton. Daniel Jones sees it developing and just throws a jump ball for him. He trusts his receiver, and Darius Slayton has proved to us he can win jump ball opportunities. It's a throw that led him back to the quarterback a little bit. I think it was a well-placed ball and a great throw, a great catch, and it worked out perfectly. The offensive line seemed to do a pretty nice job there. It looked like one line defender got in the backfield. We'll see exactly what happened. I'm going to take a stab at it that Nate Solder is the culprit here. So, I mean, yeah, it was kind of like both of them, kind of like Will Hernandez and Nate Solder. Great move right there. That might be Trey Flowers, number 90, not positive, but nice play getting by two guys right there to get in Daniel Jones' face. A bit too late, and a great grab by Darius Slayton right there. So nice job once again of Daniel Jones reading the defense. Top of the screen, it wasn't open. There was double coverage, and then down here on the screen we have one-on-one Darius Slayton, and looks like a smaller corner, and he goes up and makes the grab. So a nice job at both of those guys right there. So here's a play in coverage with Jabril Peppers, who I believe is right here, against TJ Hawkinson, who I believe is right here. Hawkinson was a top 10 pick in this year's draft. Very good tight end and bright future, and it's a one-on-one situation here. And, I think Jabril Peppers, as compared to Landon Collins, has been better in coverage. Not perfect. We'll watch what he does here. He gives a lot of respect to Hawkinson. He backpedals a lot here, gives him a lot of room, and gives him 4 yards to make this little out cut here. And they pick up 20 yards on this play. So, I mean, we'll watch it one more time. You wish he kind of just was a little closer. I understand Hawkinson's really good. You have to give him some respect. You have to respect his speed. But at the same time, gives him like 5 yards of separation here. That's way too much, and just runs the out. Matt Stafford hits him in stride, and Stafford looked really good in this game. Hits him with a perfect throw there, and it's just stupid stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how you prevent this exactly. I mean, he's a great tight end. He's going to be a great tight end one day, but I just feel like that's way too much cushion right here. I feel like Jabril Peppers probably should have pressed up a little bit more, but it is what it is. So that kind of stuff will kill you. That's like a 20-yard gain right there for the Lions. Here's Darius Slayton's second touchdown right here. So you watch on the bottom of the screen and even the top of the screen. Slayton's right here on top. They're running the same route here. Both go routes on the bottom and top. And then Golden Tate's running like a post route, I guess you can call it, going towards the middle of the field. And, I mean, he had an option for Golden Tate, but I think he makes the right decision here. There's one deep safety. He has to look him off in the beginning. We'll see what Jones does. It looked like he started out to the left, but you watch here. Bottom receiver right here, I think, is Benny Fowler's having a tough time getting off the corner here. He's doing a nice job of pressing him, but Darius Slayton seems to already be in stride on top of the screen, so Daniel Jones is going to see it. The safety's still in the middle of the hash marks right here, so it's pretty even on where you want to go with this ball. Let's go with the big receiver who has a step on his guy, it looks like, or eventually is going to have a step on his guy. And once again, just a really nice throw, goes up and gets it, and Darius Slayton has proved to us now he can get basically any deep ball. We'll see what the pressure was. I believe Jalapeno gave up some pressure right here in the middle on number 93. Yeah, I mean, some pressure in Daniel Jones' face, but for the most part, not crazy. Goes up and gets it. Corner never had his head turned around, and a really nice play there. So he did the right thing. Of course, right here, when Golden Tate makes the break, there's a chance to kind of just lob a ball in here, but that's kind of risky in a sense. So right here, one-on-one situation, safety was still in the middle of the field when he released the ball. I will take that matchup any day of the week, and it worked out for the Giants right there on a 3rd and 7. So there's 3 guys I want to give credit to on this play. One is Grant Haley because he got the sack. Another one right here is Janoris Jenkins making a really nice play. I'm running a slant down here. I believe this is Marvin Jones. It looks like he ran a slant down here, and Janoris Jenkins erases that route. And the third guy, surprisingly, is James Bedger. This is a nice call here. So it's a slot corner blitz. Watch Grant Haley up here. Grant Haley does a nice job of wrapping up Stafford once he gets to him. And Stafford right there, you can see right here, is pumping to throw this ball. Janoris Jenkins is doing a nice job. Maybe that's Galladay. Looks like a 1 and a 9. I'm not sure, honestly. They kind of look the same from here. But Janoris Jenkins does a nice job of taking this slant route away. He does not make this throw. He's not confident in it. And then right here on his back is Grant Haley, and it finishes up the play nicely. So, nice job by Jenkins right there. Nice job by Betcher, and a nice job by Haley to finish off this play. We will see from this angle, hopefully, what Stafford saw. I mean, the receiver's not in the picture yet, but he was definitely going to throw this ball. He was pumping right here to throw this ball. He had to take it back, though, because he was not open. Never sensed the pressure with Grant Haley. Kind of wish he got a fumble on that play, but we'll take the sack. It is what it is. Nice job by those 3 guys right there. So as I mentioned in the review video, I like the way that DeAndre Baker played in this game. He's one-on-one up top here with Kenny Galladay, a big, physical, really good receiver, and Galladay got the best of him on a couple plays, but same thing with DeAndre Baker. I think he did had some nice plays on Galladay as well. So right here, we'll just watch the top coverage. I think it was a nice job staying with him stride to stride and kind of taking him out of the lane. And if you see from the other angle, he really had no chance of catching this ball. He tries to break to the inside here. Safety has help. I don't know what Antoine Bethea was doing on this play exactly. I mean, he really was not much of a help, honestly. Antoine Bethea definitely should have been over there in time, but he was not. But luckily, that ball was out of the reach of Galladay. We'll see from this angle right here where the ball was exactly. We'll try to watch as much of this route as we can. So you see here, DeAndre Baker's here pushing Galladay to the inside of the field. I'm sure Galladay wishes the ball was somewhere around the L for the Lions, but I think the ball ended up being somewhere over here. We'll see exactly where it lands. Yeah, right over here it lands, and had no shot at that ball. So a nice job by DeAndre Baker right there to stay stride for stride with one of the better, bigger physical receivers we have in the league. So the Giants got lucky on this play right here. Janoris Jenkins kind of bites on, not even a pump fake. It was a throw to his side of the field, and he thought it was going to be a shorter route right here. I'll play it for you guys. So watch Janoris Jenkins. He goes for this out route right here, but he was going deep for Ty Johnson. Luckily a little bit out of his reach. It might have been even a drop by Johnson. So watch right here. Stafford's about to load and throw this ball. Janoris Jenkins, you can already tell, is leaning towards right here. He thinks this ball is going to, I guess this is Amendola right here, who does have a nice separation on his guy right here. So there was a chance this ball could have went to Amendola, but what he didn't realize, this is going right here to Ty Johnson, just running a deep route, and this play was almost executed. Janoris Jenkins bit on it, but luckily it was out of the reach of Ty Johnson. We'll see from the other angle if this ball was over his head or not. I don't know who to blame exactly, if it was on Stafford or Ty Johnson. Looks like a good throw from here. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, he's a smaller guy, so I feel like you should catch that. I don't know why he tried to one-hand it exactly. I feel like he could have went two hands there, but it is what it is. We'll take it. But, just almost a big play given up right there by Janoris Jenkins. So one more time, watch him. He just bites on this play right here, steps forward, and by the time he realizes it, Ty Johnson's 10 yards behind him, but luckily he dropped that for us. So there's not much to say about this play. I kind of just like to go over some of the bigger plays the Giants give up and see exactly what happened here. I think it's just a really nice throw and just a nice route. And there's really nothing to say. It's his own defense. Had to get this ball between Grant Haley and between DeAndre Baker right here. Had this area to make the throw. It's a tough throw, though. I mean, it looks easy from here, but it's a very tough throw for Stafford, who makes it to Golladay and picks up 25 yards. Not sure what could have been done on this play differently. I mean, I really don't know if I'm missing anything, but Bethea, of course, has to be, deep on this play. DeAndre Baker has to cover this entire area of the field. Maybe he could have cut in a bit more, realizing that there's nobody behind him. Maybe Baker could have played towards the middle of the field a bit more, but that's still not part of the defense. That's not his responsibility. Gets it over Haley. So really nice throw there by Stafford. We'll see if the pressure was there in time. I don't know if this was a play action or not. We'll see. Probably was not. No, so just a straight drop back, and Golden couldn't really get much pressure there. So yeah, not much going there for the pass rush, and just a really nice throw. So, I mean, there's not much to say about this play. Just a nice throw there. Gets it over like two people. So it gets it over Ogletree's arms, gets it over Haley's arms, and then hits Golladay. So it's just a well-placed ball, and the Lions just outplayed us on that particular play. So part of the reason I always bitch about the Giants taking a running back second overall is because they don't use him to his maximum potential. But here's finally an example of where they do it. So basically, I think it's called an angle route we watch right here. Saquon Barkley, one-on-one with a linebacker, has the whole middle of the field open. He probably would have scored on this play if it wasn't for the stumble, and just has the linebacker on skates. And if not for the stumble, I mean, right about here where he's turning upfield, right about here he stumbles. All right, so this guy ain't getting them. These guys aren't catching him. The only guy that can catch him is right here, and that's just a lot of area for Saquon Barkley to run from all the way around this area. Had a touchdown, potentially on this play. So unfortunately, he stumbled on this play. The Giants went on to score a touchdown later on this drive, which, is fine, obviously. But we need to do this more. I mean, just get the guy one-on-one. Watch Saquon's route one more time. He gets the linebacker very nicely on this play. Acts like he's going out, cuts back in. Nice throw in stride, and then Saquon unfortunately stumbles. But please, Giants, please do this for future reference. Can we do more of this, please? I mean, I love seeing plays like this. The Panthers do it with McCaffrey. The Saints do it with Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. They use elite backs like this. If we do this with Saquon Barkley, I will not complain about the pick as much because you're using him to his full potential. So I love seeing stuff like this. Keep doing it, and hopefully next time he won't stumble and we get a touchdown out of it. So I want to give Pat Shurmur some credit here. He actually makes a pretty creative play on the goal line here. There's a pick play here with Cody Latimer in motion, just sets a little pick here for Evan Engram, who just runs to the flat and then has himself an easy touchdown. Latimer's guy just had pretty bad play recognition of what was going on here. He really didn't get it. He was fooled. That's the whole concept of the play. Engram goes out here untouched, and the Giants get an easy touchdown over it. But everyone complains about Pat Shurmur and his play calling. I understand it's not the most creative. He's not Andy Reid. He's not Sean Payton, all those type of guys. But this was a nice play for the most part. It just worked to perfection. And it was within 1 yard, I believe, the block. So that should be legal. Nothing wrong there. Thank God they didn't throw the flag. This corner right here probably should have went with Engram, realizing what was going on, but he did not have the play recognition of what was going on right there, and Engram has himself an easy touchdown. So not many people give Pat Shurmur credit, and I'll be the one to do it. So nice job right there by Pat Shurmur of having that play call, and nice job by the Giants of executing. So speaking of Pat Shurmur, here's an example of him having a creative play, but it was wiped out due to a hold by our favorite left tackle, Nate Solder. So you watch here, it's a flea flicker play. They act like they're doing a halfback dive to Barkley. He pitches it back to Jones. And then Golden Tate up here is basically uncovered. I don't know what the hell this guy on the Lions was doing. He was very confused, obviously. Golden Tate picked up like 25, 30-ish yards on this play. And unfortunately, watch Nate Solder right here. I believe he hooks his guy right there, brings him to the ground. You cannot have that. It was unnecessary because I feel like the play would have worked regardless, but unfortunately that was called a hold. It is the right call. I can't complain about it. But here's an example. You want Pat Shurmur to be creative. Here you go. So watch Golden Tate right here. He's open. The play would have worked perfectly. Number 27 does not know what's going on out here. He thought the ball was going deep. He leaves Golden Tate wide open. The play once again works to perfection. Pat Shermer does a nice job of play calling, but unfortunately, due to the left tackle, Nate Solder, this play was wiped out, and the Giants have 25, 30 yards taken off the board. But outside of that, the play was executed perfectly, so you got to give the offense credit to the other 10 guys on the field. So I guess Darrell Bevell saw Pat Shermer's trick play and raised him another trick play. So right here, J.D. McKissick, the running back, I don't even know where he's at on this play. They do a pitch here. I thought it was a pass at first. They do a pitch here, and obviously if he throws it back to Stafford, this is still a live ball. It's a legal passing situation for him. They have the left tackle. I think this is, Taylor Decker out here blocking. So, of course, they have Kenny Golladay deep. You're probably wondering, how did Kenny Golladay get so open? Well, watch Jabril Peppers right here. He completely bites on the pitch play, goes all out on the run, and basically leaves his spot. Antoine Bethea, of course, is not keeping up with Kenny Golladay, and it's an easy touchdown for the Lions right there. So Jabril Peppers flat out got fooled on this play. I don't want to blame Antoine Bethea. This is not completely his fault. Bethea got caught peeking in the backfield as well, so he's definitely got some responsibility here. But Jabril Peppers came all the way from over here, 10 yards down to try and make a play in the box. It did not work, and Kenny Golladay had the long legs, the long strides, and just outruns Antoine Bethea for an easy touchdown. So we'll see what the other view shows exactly. So watch Jabril Peppers up here. We'll see exactly what he was seeing. And it looks like a run. I mean, I can't blame the guy, but it's a very smart play. Bethea realizes it late. If Bethea didn't realize it, he would have been running 40 yards open downfield. So luckily the Giants had one guy back, but Golladay was able to make the catch. So a nice play call by the Lions right there, and the Giants have to be a little bit smarter on defense next time. So Lorenzo Carter is a guy who started out the season very, very slow, looked like a sophomore slump, a disappointing season on deck, but the last few weeks, it started with the Patriots game, he's been playing much better. Here's an example of it right here. He's at the end of the line down here. On top of the line from this view right here, they do a touch pass to McKissick, and he brings him down like 5 or 6 yards and completely blows up the play. I guess this was a holding call because this I don't think was on the Giants. So we'll watch him one more time right here. So I guess he's against either left guard or left tackle. We'll see which one it is exactly. I don't know, it wasn't even that. I think it was one of the receivers it was. I think Marvin Jones was actually responsible for blocking Lorenzo Carter right here, so we'll watch it one more time. Marvin Jones tried to chip him. It really did not work too well. Could have been a hold. I think that might have been a hold, actually. That's probably what the flag was for. So, yeah, makes sense. But nice job right there by Lorenzo Carter to get in the backfield and make a play. I understand he had to get by a wide receiver only, but I've seen this many times where, defensive ends or outside linebackers don't make this play and it turns into a big gain. So, nice job by Carter to make that play. So, this was the last play I had. Unfortunately, it was another tough loss, some questionable decisions at the end of the game here. We had some late potential pass interference calls, but I don't want to go over those. I'm not a referee. I have no idea. They didn't call them, so it is what it is. I can't blame the referees for the Giants losing that game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you did. I will talk to you for the Thursday preview against, who do we play? Oh, the Cowboys on Monday. So I'll talk to you guys for the Cowboys preview. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you next time.